How you doing? Scotty Bear back with another video. This video about the new changes in the FM visa, visa runs, the visa free zone over here in Baja, and just overall bunch of interesting news about that. So when I came over the border to Tijuana from San Diego, I did pick up an FM visa. You don't actually need a visa for just about, I believe it's about 100 miles, but you start driving beyond Ensenada and it's going to require you to have a visa. I think a lot of that, the reason why this area particularly doesn't require a visa is mainly because of the relationship between Southern California and Mexico, and it's fairly free travel. Now, in recent years, meaning maybe in the last 20, the traffic around the line has gotten quite heavy. I can remember as maybe even, a young kid crossing over the border. You waited for a few minutes. You've seen all the cool vendors trying to sell you stuff, and then voila, you're back in the United States. But Mexico's always been an amigo of the Americans, right? Americans can just come to Mexico. It's pretty casual in general. You go to the Philippines, it's pretty casual there to get in. You don't even actually have to go to the immigration during your stay, but you will have to make a trip on the way out. Thailand is a great place to be, so they have to really put that on lock. So if you don't leave during the period that they give you as like a show-up visa, then they will say, hey, you can't come back for this many years. Also, there's pretty aggressive roundups for Americans overstaying their visa in the country. It is a little off-putting. Vietnam, very interestingly, Vietnam, Saigon, very close in the immigration situation. Once you get into Vietnam, you can normally just stay and deal with the visa details while you're in country. Same thing here exists in Mexico, but visa runs around all those countries that are popular are a thing, and in Mexico maybe not so much, right? That's really what's happened with this visa situation is, Mexico's taken on all comers, and there isn't a whole lot of enforcement, so they just stay. If I was going to take a visa run in Mexico, how I would do it, especially if I was on an overstay or something along that line, I would fly domestically inside Mexico to Tijuana, get off the airplane, drive over to San Ysidro or take a taxi or whatnot, and cross the border where there is no one checking. But I wonder if some of that changes. There has been some, interesting attempts to do more immigration, some immigration sweeps in Tijuana, Playas, mostly the border area, as those are the people that kind of live in this little world where you don't really have to have a visa and you can just exist over in Mexico on the wink wink. And I did that for a good amount of time, mostly surfing and stuff, and then got an apartment. This was further back, but even during that period, they were starting to require you to pay $20-ish for a visa, trying to capture some of them sweet, sweet traveler dollars. But still, Tijuana, up until recently, has had a problem truly drawing back the Americans. It's only really seems like the people that dare to cross, which is a shame. Tijuana has a lot of great things, and now becoming a destination for people to move to, especially with the rising costs in the United States. You come down to Cancun, you got this beautiful beach, you can stay for, and $500-600 is not unreasonable in places like Tulum and Cancun and Merida. I forgot all the ones out there, Playa del Carmen, and live this life. So I think Americans have just adopted that to some degree. So now, Mexico's looking at this situation, and there's even reports of this becoming a reason why the police are pulling over Americans, asking for their visa, emptying their pockets on and taking money from them. That's been an issue. I wonder if any of that is actually police, or if it's, some other criminal enterprise type situation taking place. But that does not exist up here in Baja California. There's no one checking your paper. Again, it is a visa-free zone. It does not require you to have a visa. But typically people are crossing the border very frequently, and there are many who don't. I mean, I don't. I want to cross the border, but I haven't in a good time. I am at the more of the end of the zone, the 100-mile area, which they don't require any visa to cross over. You really go and check for the most part in the Mexico crossing over from San Diego, which, of course, if you cross the United States, there's a huge line, and you check thoroughly the other direction. Let me take some coffee here. I don't think it's too crazy what Mexico's requiring for the FM visa situation. One notable change is I think they want the address of where you're staying. I know a lot of people book on like the same day where to go in Mexico. Plus, you can take an Uber over in the mainland of Mexico, say, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, different places, an hour drive or more for $60-70. It's pretty remarkable value. So I don't know that this is going to be something that Mexico is going to check on, or if they're just trying to implement changes. I have found in my own experience dealing with the Mexican government immigration that these don't seem to be that solid, I guess maybe the best way to put it. They always are pretty nice and helpful, but not real set in stone. However, I will say, beside that, they have not made changes on their show-up visas, only kind of their long-term visas in quite a while. I mean, it's very easy to come to Mexico and get a show-up visa. I don't know too many countries that would be turned away. But that being said, it does seem like Mexico's ready to do some immigration things. One other interesting thing that I find interesting is the Chinese people that are able to come over here and get, of course, the same treatment, but they have managed to find Tijuana home also. That definitely seems like a thing. And these are not Chinese Americans moving over to Tijuana. This is people from China moving to Tijuana. So that with the Haitians that have recently become part of the populations, Mexico's offered them humanitarian visas. And of course, actually over in Juarez, it's Cubans and El Salvadorian people. Very interesting how the frontiers attracted these other, people from other countries and stuff like that, and they take it up as their home. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful Monday morning.